Well, hi again, Pirate fans. I'm Greg Flynn, and welcome into Mugshots for the Pirate Football Coaches Show, where we are every Monday night to record, and you guys get to watch it on Wednesdays. We are blessed tonight. We have double trouble, as the head ball coach is predisposed, so we've got the top two assistant dogs that we can have. Ty Weems, the offensive coordinator, Austin Wilbanks, the defensive coordinator. And do we have a lot to talk about from last week's game against the Meridian Wildcats. Coach, one of the things we were talking about offensively, we scored points, but once again, you guys are getting down there, but just not finishing a lot of drives.
That's what we talked about. We had a real emphasis on this week as far as like finishing drives. We had too many opportunities that we moved the ball between the 20s, and then you get in the red zone and we stall out, whether it be from drops or poor reads or we miss a block here and there. When the field condenses, we have to find a way to still be able to execute, and make those plays when the opportunities come, and we have to find a way to walk away with points. Even if it's just a field goal at certain times of the game, but we have to be able to make those plays and put points on the board to help our defense out. They picked us up last week at Petal, and we had a bunch of opportunities this week to pick them up when it was they had to sustain long drives, and they're playing against a good team with a lot of good players, and they were able to score a few points, but our job is to match that this week, and we failed to do that a couple of times on offense. And that was the most disappointing part is, when you have 7 drives inside on your opponent's 30-yard line and in and only walk away with 2 touchdowns, or 5 drives inside the red zone and only get 2 touchdowns and 14 points there, we had to find a way to be better in the red zone, though.
Well, in Austin, it looked like we didn't even have a chance to catch our breath, and all of a sudden it's 22-0 up on the board.
It was very, very quick, after the interception, and then a quick first play from them on our on their second, I guess technically their second drive. They were down on the goal line really, really, really fast. It was 14-0 before we could blink our eyes, and they have to give credit to them. They have one of the best players in the state with Daniel Hill, the running back, and he ran over and around us all night long, and we had a tough time struggling to get a hold of him. So
the frustrating part, I think, for both you guys as you watch the games that we've lost, they've been so different, right? When we look at Ridgeland, they can beat us over the top.
Right.
And then you go back and you look at Biloxi or you look at, Meridian, and
right.
It's like they've done it on the ground. So it's not like there's one thing you could say, okay, I got to fix that,
right.
when all of a sudden it goes the other way, right?
Exactly. After the Ridgeland game, we've worked really, really hard on defending deep balls. We've gotten some longer corners, trying to get different guys out at corner to compete with the taller, longer wide receivers that we face week in and week out. And we got one in Omarius Johnson. He's a young guy, and he's still learning the position, but we put him on usually the best receiver that we face week to week, and he'll face Terry's taller guy this week, and he faced number 16 from Meridian last week, and he did a pretty good job. The guy, I don't think he had any deep balls called on him, and we've done better at that. But yeah, as soon as you fix one part of it, it's give and take. You got to practice every facet of the game, and they had a good credit to Meridian. They had a heck of a game plan. They do what they needed to do, which is line up, give the ball to number 3 and run it at us, and to their credit, they had a heck of a game plan. We planned on them doing one thing. They had an injury with their other running back, so they completely did something we were unprepared for. So we had to switch our game plan on the fly, and we still struggled with it, setting the edges at times. And, we just never could quite get off the field. They had 8 explosive plays, which are, runs of 10 yards or more, or passes of 20 yards, only 2 explosive passes the whole game. So we really felt like we were limiting them. We just never could get off the field. We could not, it was always 3rd and short or 4th and short, and they could just go get those 1 or 2 yards, and we just could not get off the field. And it was very demoralizing. It was tough on our kids. I'm proud. They played pretty hard, but we could not get it. We couldn't contain them or tackle very well. So.
Well, we're not going to show a lot of their plays because we actually did have some pretty good Pearl plays that night. So as we roll the highlights from last week, there was some positive things to be had. And like I said, we fell behind 22-0. But here's Durr to Justice Moore back in the lineup, and a great catch.
Great catch. It's so good to see him back out. He's still not quite 100% just yet, but it was so good to see him in practice this week and be able to go out there. And this play right here was a 4th down touchdown when we had to have it. Kenji McNair with a great catch there. The play before, 2 plays before that, he dropped a wide open one in the end zone, and a great job seeing him bounce back and make a play.
The defense did make some plays, and this is a great coverage sack when we talk about your defensive backs.
We did. We planned on doubling 16, the tall guy to the top of the screen, and you know, we doubled him, stayed on top of him, and allowed our guys to do work on the D-line.
Here's a play that's pretty good. Shaden McCollum.
Yeah, great job by Shaden. We had a little play action, a little RPO, and we caught the cornerback looking in the backfield and opened up real big, and the quarterback took a big shot and was able to deliver the football. It helped us out a lot.
And we were creeping back, and here comes Jack Durr with the wheels here.
Great job, good read. He pulls it, gets an open gap. O-line did a great job right there, and we talk about running downhill and getting vertical, and he did a great job there. And we felt like we had some opportunities. We're getting back in the game, you know, and
second half kickoff.
Yeah, that's one that hurt a lot right there. That was a big swing and momentum in the game right there, because right before halftime we had the opportunity to score, and we weren't able to punch it in the end zone right before half, and then they had this right here happen right over the second half.
Hey, but how about a night for Jamarion Turner? What a night for the big dog.
He has really, really solidified the running back spot for us. You know, it was a big loss for us last year losing Jamari, but you know, Big Dog has done a great job running the football. He's run with great vision and great power here for us. And then right here we have a little corner post route by Marquell Lake, and a great ball by Jack over the top. You know, and every time that they scored, I felt like our kids did a pretty good job of answering back. And we made some plays down the field. We had a lot of explosive plays. We just got to be more consistent with these plays. And, you know, in our opinion, offensively, we talked about the guys, and they felt like they left a lot of plays out there. You know, receivers and running the ball, running back. We felt like they had a lot of plays that we could have maybe punched in a few more times.
Turner went over 100 yards for the first time this year, which was phenomenal.
I think he ended up with 130-ish yards Friday night and on a bunch of carries. But right there, you see his vision. There's a lot of things that he can do really, really well. And we ask him, you don't have to be the workhorse, but just do what's asked of you and do it well. And he's done a great job with that. When you mix that in with some of our skill players, it's really, really good.
I wish we could have done that more, Austin.
Yeah, no, trying to set the edge with them was tough. You know, that was one time 3 didn't carry it. When 3 wasn't carrying it, we always had a shot.
I showed that last play just because that shows Jack Durr not scared of anything, and he threw in the face of getting hit and comes right back again. Here, this is the last drive of the game.
He is last drive of the game. They scored right there at the end, and we talked to our kids about finishing games off, and you watch our kids didn't quit. We went down the field, went 60-plus yards in about 45 seconds, you know, and then punched it in right here. Watch the receiver right here, number 6. Watch Kenji McNair playing hard in the last play of the game, and watch him still fighting to the end. I mean, I'm really proud. We showed that very same clip today at the end of practice, and you watch Reed Grantham at right tackle, and you watch how hard our kids are playing right there in the last play of the game. When the game is substantially out of reach, you say, but the kids didn't actually quit. They wanted to finish off the right way, and I'm proud of the way the kids fought at the end.
And that's weird. You know, sometimes you'll see coaches, okay, we're beat, the score's pretty big, let's just take a knee and get out of here, take our lumps. But you guys wanted to get something positive.
Oh, for sure. You know, I mean, it just seemed like every time we started to get a little momentum and started to create some excitement, whether it be the kickoff or something would just deflate us a little bit. And then, you know, even at halftime, it seemed like we were getting our butts kicked. We kept telling them we were only down 2 scores, you know, and we just never could. Defensively, we just could not quite get off the field, you know. And I thought the offense played pretty good. You know, I think we got to get off the field a little better and help them out. For once, they were doing great, and, you know, and we dropped the ball, I feel like. So, you know, if we can just get on the same page and put a game together, I think we're going to be pretty good.
Well, we'll bring you guys back in just a few minutes. We're going to let you get some of this good Mugshots food.
Awesome.
Hey, when we come back, we will have the players segment here at Mugshots, so stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks a spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
Come smile with Sky. Sky Family Dental of Pearl provides complete dental care for the entire family. Oral exams, cleanings, dentures, implants. Most insurance is accepted and financing is available. Call now to schedule your appointment. Come smile with Sky.
Leave it up to us at Mississippi Arkansas Ag for your John Deere All-Star package. The 3025E Tractor Plus Loader, Box Blade, Rotary Cutter, and a trailer at just $349 per month. Visit agup.com for more information.
I'll take one of those shovels.
Oh, those shovels are lease only.
But I just want to dig a hole.
Well, I can sell you the sweet, sporty, compact model for cash.
You wouldn't put up with this at a hardware store. Don't put up with it when you buy a car.
So come to Rogers Dab Chevrolet.
It's easier here.
All right, folks, we're back here in Mugshots for the Pearl Pirate Football Coaches Show. I'm Greg Flynn, and we're now joined in the players segment by Little Offense and Little Defense. We have Kendall Burks here, Mr. Well, it's kind of like a pocket knife. You can take him in a couple of different directions. He's a H-back and also one of our offensive linemen. And we have Trey Schaefer, our great linebacker. Welcome in, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Trey, first for you, what was the first day of practice like back today after Meridian?
Coach Wilbanks just wanted us to be more physical because he felt like we didn't play physical against Meridian. So he got us blitzing a lot, and he wanted us to be way more physical than we was against Meridian.
What was it like? We didn't show a whole lot of the plays, but the folks that were there and watching on TV, that Daniel Hill, how tough is that kid really?
He's tough. If you don't come downhill and hit him, he gonna hit you, and you gonna fly back. And he's not gonna come down if you don't want to go down.
Well, he certainly didn't, and I'm glad we only have to see him one time this year. I don't want to have to see him again. Kendall, for you, it's been kind of like, okay, I'm going to go wherever the team needs me. You know, you had to jump back into the offensive line last week because Hayden went down with an injury. You're usually in that H-back position, which you like so much more. Tell me what it is about H-back that you love so much.
It's just fun. I just, there's a chance I get to go out on a route and catch a pass, but I'm also there blocking with the O-line, with the boys. It's just a combined mix of what stuff that I like to do.
So explain to the folks at home, what exactly is an H-back? Can you explain that?
It's basic. Coach Royal, he explains it as a baby guard. It's like you're an extra lineman. So you're there. You got the 5 offensive linemen, then you got the H-back. He's just an extra guy, extra added offensive lineman.
But has the benefits of being able to run out and catch the ball sometimes, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. But you're probably going to be back on the offensive line this week, because it looks like Hayden's going to lead at least another week to get ready.
Yes, sir.
Well, Trey, we got a pretty good quarterback in Terry, it looks like, looking at their stats. Their quarterback can run. What's going to be kind of like the game plan for you this week?
Yes, sir. I'm going to try to get after him on the blitzes, and I don't really know.
With what you've been able to see so far from Terry today, what are you thinking?
If we do what we're supposed to do, I think we'll win. I really do. We just got to do our jobs, and what the coaches say is assignment and alignment. Do that, follow all the rules, and we'll go right. We'll do it right this week.
Trey, it's been fun to watch you guys because everybody says, I know that the record isn't where we want it yet, but you guys are all so young and you're really growing together. Can you feel like everybody getting better every single game that you're growing up?
Yes, sir. You can just tell everybody's getting better every game and every practice.
I mean, for you, how have you gotten better since we started game 1 to here we are now? Because 2 weeks ago you burst on the scene and you just said, I earned a spot in the starting lineup, and there you were.
To me, it was just like I've been fighting for a starting spot this whole year, and when I got my chance, I didn't want to let nobody down, so I had to earn my spot.
Well, Kendall, for you, this is a senior campaign for you.
Yes, sir.
And, it's your job to be out there helping rally the troops. Have you enjoyed that role?
It's fun. It's way better than being a junior because you're the older guy. You got people who look up to you. All the seniors got somebody looking up to them, whether they know it or not. And it's a good feeling.
And you having to rally the troops now, coming off of a tough loss, what's your biggest thing you want to tell the young guys after we come off a loss?
Is don't get down on yourself. It's a loss. Brush it off your shoulder. We got next week. and we're gonna fight back until we can't fight no more.
All right, I'd love to do this little quick round from everybody. Hopefully you guys know what I'm going to say. Your favorite college?
Alabama.
Alabama. Come on, man.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Favorite food?
Burger.
Burgers? Well, I'm glad we're at Mugshots.
Steak.
Steak and potato, man, after my own heart. You got a favorite NFL team?
Yes, sir.
Who?
The Commanders.
Who?
The Commanders.
And for you?
Buccaneers.
Tom Brady, get out of here, man. Hey, good luck this week, gentlemen. We look forward to you doing very, very well against Terry.
Yes, sir.
All right, when we come back, we'll jump back into the assistants' corner. We continue here from Mugshots right after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks the spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
At Bob Boyd Honda, we pride ourselves in getting our customers the best deals around.
Usually that means when we're selling cars, but right now,
Bob Boyd is in the market to buy.
We're offering top dollar for pre-owned autos, trucks, and SUVs.
Come by, talk to our dedicated team, and discover what a great time it is for Bob Boyd to buy back your used vehicle. Any make, any model.
Whether you're selling or buying, at Bob Boyd Honda, you get a deal.
Shop, stay, dine, and play at The Connection, Mississippi's retail entertainment destination, located at the intersection of I-20 and I-55 in Pearl.
When you're ready to make a move in pirate country, contact Penny Pitts with Havard Real Estate Group in Pearl. Penny is a multi-million-dollar producer and loves to help her clients find the home of their dreams. If you are a first-time home buyer or ready to upsize or downsize, she is the agent for you. Penny is a Pearl High School graduate and an avid supporter of pirate athletics. Make your move with the home team. That's Penny Pitts, Havard Real Estate Group.
Welcome back into Mugshots. I'm Greg Flynn. As we continue here on the Pearl Pirate Football Coaches Show, we're joined by our 2 assistants once again, and usually we just have 1 assistant in the corner. We got them both this week, Ty Weems, Austin Wilbanks. One of the things we talked about is how young this team is, and they are still very young, and they keep making the different kind of mistakes, but they're getting better each and every week, right?
We are. We talk about it, and you always say, hey, we have really good players. They're not just young players, and they're going to be really good, but we don't like to use that. We say, hey, you have a chance to be good now, because we wouldn't put you out there if we didn't believe in your ability, and they believe in themselves, and they've shown flashes of being able to make a bunch of plays at different times, like a little bit inconsistent here and there. We made some critical mistakes at critical times, I feel like, a lot of times, and that's part of the learning curve, you say, but our kids, we feel like we can take them no matter where we're going, who we're playing against. If they can play a game, a complete game, they're just as good as anybody we're going to play against. And that's one thing we keep trying to talk to them about. We keep trying to lift their spirits and, hey, you make a mistake, bounce back, and keep being positive with them, because that positive reinforcement is going to lead to more and more plays that they're going to make.
Well, for the offense, Ty, it's like, okay, you've been using the same core group of players to run your plays, and they just have to get better at that. Yeah. You, Austin, you're like having to be a chess master because you're trying to find between injuries and pieces and who's going to work here. You haven't had that thing where it's just like we can work on getting better because everybody's moving.
It is, and, speaking on the young thing, we have a couple seniors out there, but even our seniors never had varsity reps until this year. So, even we have a lot of sophomores out there, a lot of seniors who've never played varsity. So, in a sense, we're a young defense as well. And, we're working on, fixing the long ball, matching up with the run on this week, and changing the fronts, changing the defense. And at the end of the day, sometimes they just got to learn how to hit through some stuff. Sometimes no matter how you scheme it, you got to hit through people. You got to take on blocks, get off blocks, make plays, and hit your way out of offenses, playing defense. And they're learning that, and at this point in time, we don't use that as an excuse. We've told them being young is no longer an excuse because they've all got games under their belt, and it's time for them all to step up and start making plays.
Well,
we're really close. We just got to put all three phases of the game together, and like he said, when we do, it could be really special.
And nothing gets easy at 6A because you guys are constantly playing these Division I talents.
Yep.
We had Aiden Williams earlier. He's off to college. Yep. This past week, Quindarius Jones, he's off to Florida State.
Right.
I mean, and Lord, we have Brandon looming, and they're full of 1A. That's tough, right?
Yeah, we preach to. I tell the guys every week, hey, every week we're going to have a tall Division I wide receiver we got to guard. They're going to have a great running back. They're going to have a good offensive line. They're probably going to have a quarterback who can throw it and run it. Terry's the same way. It doesn't matter who we play. They've always got the dude. So, you're never going to run up on some Rudy Poo that don't have anybody. You know what I mean? So we have to be prepared to play. And we got our own dudes. They're young, and they got to believe in themselves. And they're long and tall and fast, and they got to believe that they can do it just like everybody else.
We do kind of the same philosophy to piggyback on that. We tell our guys, you're going to go up against Division I football players, but we believe that you're a Division I football player in the future. So if you want to prove that you're a Division I football player, go make plays now. College coaches maybe are coming to see these kids. If you go outplay that guy right there and prove that you can go make plays, like the catch from Shaden, contested catch where Jack got hit and we caught it over top of number 16 who is committed to Florida State, and Shaden's he's an 11th grader, and he's something hey, you go make plays on him, you're not going to play against anybody. Many more are going to be playing in the Division I college football.
If they're watching those guys, these other coaches, they're watching you.
No doubt.
Because you're playing in that
Absolutely.
game, and that's where you get a chance to shine.
So that's what I tell our kids. I don't care if you're in 10th grade and you're going against a junior or a senior, or you're an 11th grader going against a senior. If they're a college football player and you desire and want to be a college football player as well, then hey, go prove it. Go make plays against them. Don't be scared. Don't back down from the challenges, and be excited. Because we always say big time players make big time plays, and we really challenge our guys, especially on the perimeter, to go make plays when the ball's in the air.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to take one quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about those Terry Bulldogs and what we can expect. Ooh, they're not the pushovers that everybody thinks that they are. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks a spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl on Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
Public service has always had a very special place in my heart, and to be able to do it and be a first responder as a reserve, when you're not getting paid, that's just one of the most selfless acts you can do. I think we all have a responsibility to our towns and our communities.
Well, for me, it's simple. I mean, when you say local, that's what's most important to me. Our citizens inside this county, we all care for each other, and we do everything we can to help everybody out. I am Shane Fletcher with Farm Bureau, and we are the home team.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Merit Health.
Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
When something works this well,
Paying bills? This site is so comprehensive. I do all my banking online. More time for coffee?
you want to get others excited about it too.
Yes, honey. They're very conscientious, and they're about helping us map out a plan for our future.
It's nice to know we make a
It was
difference.
so easy. They had lots of creative ways to help me afford the loan for the cutest car I've wanted
And
for
that a
so
great
long.
bank is a really important thing to have. Comprehensive, conscientious, creative, community bank like no other bank you know.
Welcome back into Mugshots. We're now going to take a look at our opponent this week. It is the Terry Bulldogs, and these guys can break it down for you a little bit. They have a very mobile quarterback, Austin.
Absolutely, they do. Man, he's good. He showed against Northwest Rankin last week. His wheels. He's a little thicker than what Max Prep says. He's a load, and he's sneaky fast, and he's got a pretty good arm, as all the quarterbacks we play do. and they are a much, I think, and just like you could say about Meridian, they're a much cleaner team. They operate better. They don't shoot themselves in the foot, and they're not going to make the mistakes that a typical Terry team historically might do. So, we got to play good ball.
Well, let's roll some of the footage we have of them playing last week against Northwest Rankin. They lost 41-13 to Brandon to open it up. They lost 45-28 to Northwest. But here we're going to get a look at Jordan McGee. He's the quarterback, and you're going to see a lot of him. He just loves to run. Watch this. He just pulls it down and takes off. And this is, we don't like to see this.
Well, we're going to try to get after him. We're going to send some pressure at him, try to make him uncomfortable. We're going to try to really solidify our edges and make sure we always got somebody playing him and try to make him entice him to hand the ball off. That's one thing we can't control. I don't know how much he actually reads stuff. Sometimes I think he just pulls it and does his own, but he's obviously hard to bring down. And as you can see there, he's pretty fast, and, we're going to get after him.
When they complete passes, they need trick plays.
Yes.
This one was a pretty good one.
That was right before half. Is a last play right before half, I believe, and no doubt about it. They have some athletes out wide. 18 right down there at the bottom of the screen is really good. He's a tall guy, 6'3".
But put him in passing situations where he has to throw, and this is what can happen. He's susceptible to throwing interceptions when you make him get into a passing situation, because he's going to throw another one here.
Yep, we're gonna try to pressure him as much as we can, and we're going to try to stay on top of their guys, just like that right there, and make him, when he throws the ball up, we're going to try to come down with it. We're going to put our tall corner on their tall guy, and we're going to go to work. So,
Ty, for you got to be licking your chops a little. They give up 41 to Brandon. They give up 45 to Northwest. Maybe this is the week we throw a 40 burger up.
I hope so. I hope our kids just play hard. That's the thing. Is like, we got to execute, be consistent, and I have no doubt about the effort our kids are going to play with on Friday nights. They've played really hard. I think it's been pretty evident every single Friday night. We eliminate mistakes. We have opportunities. One thing about Northwest Rankin, they got a lot of short fields, during that game, and it allowed them to score a bunch of points. We know that their guys, anytime you watch the film and you watch them come off the ball, they're going to come off and they're going to play hard and they're going to run to the football, and they run there with a purpose. And so we have to take advantage of the things that they do and the opportunities they're going to give us. If we put a few things in this week, and we're hoping that that's going to allow us opportunities to make some more big plays, explosive plays like you've seen in the past few weeks we've been able to do. We hope we can just consistently make those over and over again. And hopefully, yes, it'd be nice to have a 40 burger on the scoreboard.
Well, let me tell you something. Once we put this all together, this offense is going to be scary, because you got Jack's arm, you got Jack's legs, you've got T.J. McKenzie in the backfield, you got Jamarian Turner, you got Ben Alexander, you got some unbelievable wide receivers coming in. This offense can really be something.
It can be. It can be. We just have to be. We got to get healthy. We had a couple of kids out with injuries last couple of weeks. It's good to see Justice coming back, and obviously he's a very, very dynamic guy, and he's probably our most complete, polished receiver. You've seen Kenji McNair, you've seen Shaden, you've seen Mark Whale. They've all made plays, but consistently, play after play after play, catching the football, being in the right spot, making plays in contested catches. You saw Justice do it last week. He's probably our most overall talented receiver, complete receiver at this point. The other young guys are really, really talented as well. But right now, he's probably our best one. It's so good to see him coming back, and I'm hoping he's going to be 100% this week, and so we're going to try to turn him loose.
Well, we certainly hope for good things. We're back home in the friendly confines of Ray Rogers Stadium, folks. The kickoffs now shift back to 7 p.m.
Yep.
No longer do we have the heat concerns, and the heat timeouts go away, so it's back to football and a 7 o'clock kickoff, which we are looking forward to. Gentlemen, good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you,
folks, we want you to pack Ray Rogers on Friday night. Remember, 7 o'clock. Get there early. Be loud. Be proud. We need to get ahead in this region, and this is one of our key contests, so we're really going to need you. Until we see you on Friday night, folks, remember, every day is a great day to be a Pirate.